Cuphead is one of the most beautiful and original side-scroller games ever. All hand-drawn, made with impressive details, a fluid gameplay, amazing soundtrack, and unique boss fights. Game released in 2017 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, macOS, and Windows. Skull the Hero Slayer is an action platformer that boasts roguelike features such as ever-changing and challenging maps. It will keep you on your toes, as you will never know what to expect. Released in 2021 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Linux, macOS, Android, and Windows. Broforce is an action-packed side-scrolling run-and-gun ode to freedom, putting you in control of an underfunded, overpowered paramilitary organization dealing exclusively in excessive force. Released in 2015 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, GeForce Now, Linux, macOS, and Windows.
Bert Wilmer! Seth Frodo! Profi Vampire Slayer!
Sultan Sanctuary is an insane side-scroller action RPG game. Its structure mixes Souls-like with Metroidvania, with a lot of build style, warrior, mage, and more, and a unique graphic style. Game released in 2016 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS Vita, Nintendo Switch, macOS, Linux, and Windows. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is the father of Metroidvania games, while Metroid is the mother. The game is an amazing and immersive action RPG adventure, with insane bosses and levels, released in 1997 and is available in almost all platforms nowadays. Katana Zero is a stylish neo-noir action platformer featuring breakneck action and instant death combat. Slash, dash, and manipulate time to unravel your past in a beautifully brutal acrobatic display. Game released in 2019 to Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, macOS, Android, and Windows. Rogue Legacy 2 is an incredible and unique action roguelike game where every time you die, your children will succeed you, and each child is unique, so every new attempt will be different in many ways. Game released in 2020 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series, Nintendo Switch, macOS, and Windows. Donkey Kong Country 2 is the best game of one of the best platformer series ever, a game with incredible stages, nice boss fights, and got to this day one of the best soundtracks ever. Released in 1995 to Super Nintendo and later to Game Boy Advance, Wii, Wii U, Nintendo 3DS, and Nintendo Switch. Metroid Dread is the mother of Metroidvania games, while Castlevania is the father. The ultimate side-scroller Metroidvania of the series, mixing classic features and style with modern gameplay and graphics. Released in 2021 to Nintendo Switch. Mega Man X is the first game of the series in what was the new generation back then, bringing an impressive visual style with great levels and bosses and even secret upgrades, making the exploration more important than ever. Released in 1993 to Super Nintendo and later to PlayStation 2, Wii, Android, Windows, and some older platforms. Super Mario World is the most iconic Mario game ever, the biggest game of Super Nintendo, and one of the biggest platformer games ever made. Game released in 1990 to Super Nintendo and later to Game Boy Advance, Wii, Wii U, Arcade, Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Switch. Sonic Mania is a modern revival of the classic Sonic games, mixing the old style with modern technology, creating an amazing retro Sonic experience. Released in 2017 to Nintendo Switch, Android, iOS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a great Metroidvania by the creator of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, mixing a retro gameplay style with modern visuals and an immersive world. Released in 2019 to PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Android, iOS, Amazon Luna, and Windows. Dead Cells is a roguelike, Metroidvania-inspired action platformer. You'll explore a sprawling, ever-changing castle, assuming you're able to fight your way past its keepers in 2D Souls-like combat. No checkpoints, kill, die, learn, repeat. Released in 2018 to all modern platforms, including Android and iOS. Hollow Knight is an unique action Metroidvania, set in a dark, dangerous, and loathsome world with a challenging combat style, one of the best indie games ever created. Game released in 2017 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, macOS, Linux, and Windows. Blasphemous is a brutal action platformer Metroidvania game with skilled hack-and-slash combat set in the nightmare world of Custodia. Explore, upgrade your abilities, and perform savage executions on the hordes of enemies that stand between you. Game released in 2019 to all modern platforms, including Android and iOS. Super Meat Boy is a challenging, unique, and extremely charismatic platformer game, mixing a beautiful visual style with challenge-based levels. Game released in 2010 and was released to all platforms you can imagine, so I'm sure it'll be available in your console. Inside is an incredible puzzle platformer grim game, mixing horror, puzzles, and mystery. It's set in a similar style of Limbo from the same creators, and it's a unique video game experience that all side-scroller fans should play. Released in 2016 to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, macOS, Android, iOS, and Windows. Shovel Knight is an amazing indie platformer game set in a retro style and extremely fun game to play co-op with friends. Released in 2014 to all platforms of that year and relaunched in the new consoles and PC. Rayman Legends is so far the last game of an amazing Ubisoft platformer series, mixing beautiful graphics, fluid gameplay with a lot of mechanics, and insane soundtracks. Game released in 2013 to Nintendo Wii U, PS Vita, Switch, PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360 and One, and Windows. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is an amazing Metroidvania game with incredible graphics and an immersive gameplay. It's the sequel of Ori and the Blind Forest, so if you're going to play them, play in the right order. They're both amazing. Game released in 2020 to Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series, and Windows. Animal Well is an absolute hidden gem, one of the best and most original Metroidvania games of the last years, mixing exploration, puzzle, and platformer, all with a riveting graphic style. Game released in 2024 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. Braid is an amazing game. The gameplay mixed platformer with puzzles, with amazing features such as time travel during the levels. What's really unique in this game? Released in 2008 to PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Mac OS, Linux, and Windows, and today it's available in all modern platforms in a remastered version. Night in the Woods is an adventure game focused on exploration, story, and character, featuring dozens of characters to meet and lots to do across a lush, vibrant world. Game released in 2017 and available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Android and iOS, Nintendo Switch, Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. Celeste is a challenging and unique platformer game, mixing a thrilling soundtrack, precise gameplay, and infinite challenges, a masterpiece. Game released in 2018 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. Limbo is a unique and bizarre platformer game, with puzzle as its main feature. One of the first indie games on being really successful. Released in 2010 and is available in all modern platforms, including iOS and Android. The Messenger is an incredible platformer game with a retro style, mixing combat with exploration, creating a beautiful and unique side-scrolling experience. Game released in 2018 and available on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. Guacamelee is a Metroidvania-style action platformer set in a magical world inspired by traditional Mexican culture and folklore. The game features melee combat, parallel dimensions, and same-screen co-op. A forgotten but incredible game, and it was released in 2013 to all platforms from there to this day. Pizza Tower is a fast-paced 2D platformer, with an emphasis on movement, exploration, and score attack, featuring highly stylized pixel art inspired by the cartoons from the 90s, and a highly energetic soundtrack. Game released in 2023 to Nintendo Switch and Microsoft Windows. Wall World. Explore the mysterious Wall World on your giant Robospider, mine for valuable resources, upgrade your equipment to fight off hordes of monsters, and discover exotic biomes in between attacks. An incredible tower defense roguelike game. Released in 2023 to PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, GeForce Now, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series.